It's Ron Reader Digs the Universe. I'm Ron Reader, and this is Ron Reader Digs the Universe, and tonight, Ramblin' Ron #1. Opinion quickies about topics that, I've got a little something to say about it, but I don't really think I can flesh it out into a full episode, so I'm doing 4 of them here. Got it? Okay. And away we go. I think the reason I like pop music from the 1970s so much is because it was what was on the car radio when I was a kid, growing up, a lot like my dad, who would listen to big band and swing when I was a kid because it was what he was listening to when he was a kid. So 70s music and necessarily 40s music are like comfort food to me. There's also the notion that a lot of 70s music was still connected to whatever vestiges of the 60s counterculture remained at that point. I mean, long hair, that's counterculture, meaningful lyrics, that's counterculture too. At least that's what I tell myself to justify it. My love for the New Orleans Saints begins with my hatred for Bud Adams, the owner of the Houston Oilers, who yanked the team from the city and moved them to Tennessee and renamed them after the city rejected his demand for an all-new, state-of-the-art, multi-million-dollar stadium, and this on the heels of a lousy 8-8 season, finishing 4th in their division. I struggled on for a while after that. I tried to support the Raiders, but the NFL ended up feeling like so much plastic product to me that I focused more on the Texas Longhorns, who, they went on to win their national championship during that period. And then some years later, I was living in New Orleans the year they won their Super Bowl victory, and watching their victory / Mardi Gras parade, I felt like, I belonged in New Orleans. I mean, I had a real sense of just city identity with that, and it was totally awesome. Now, I proudly say, who dat saying they gonna beat them Saints? I taught high school theater for 6 years out in Baytown at Ross S. Sterling High School. Here is what I learned. High school is an institution where we send our youth to stomp their individuality, creativity, and sense of freedom with a steel boot. Not 100% effective, but effective enough to keep the rabble in line. I'm glad I got out. I both love and hate Madonna. It was all going super well, and then she released that stupid coffee table photo book, Sex. Along with the erotica album's promotional imagery, she had started doing, artful porn or pornographic art or something. Now, I'm no prude. I love porn, and I love art. But it was like, with Madonna's art porn, the art wasn't artful enough and the porn wasn't pornographic enough, and suddenly we have grad students talking about her teaching her road show as a high exemplar of the performance art movement. It all seems so P.T. Barnum to me. Truth or Dare, her documentary film, was awesome, actually, but I think that scene when she dodges her old friend kind of soured me on her, too. And then she's speaking in an English accent. Then she's doing Kabbalah. Meanwhile, she continued pumping out some good hits. I pit Ray of Light against anything from her classic MTV period. It's all been so confusing. I'm Ron Reader, and this has been Ron Reader Digs the Universe. Join me, Ron Reader, again next week for another episode of Ron Reader Digs the Universe. So, Madonna, the ultimate sex symbol of the go-go 80s and go-go 90s, she's 63 now. What you think about that? I think I'd still hit that.